guys, what the heck is going on? Back with another video on the Workplay TV channel. Got a few things to do here before I take off. Today's video is going to be a review of my Toyo Open Country AT2 Extreme tires. I put these on, how many months ago now? Geez, like 8 or 9 months ago. I got about 20,000 miles on them, and that's not really a lot for me in an 8-month period. But I've been driving the FJ a lot, driving the 350, the 550, and been sticking around here for quite a bit because, you know, the wife being pregnant. I just had to pump a bunch of water into my pond because we haven't gotten any rain here for a long time, and yeah, she was starting to get pretty low, and a bunch of frogs in there, they need some water. But anyway, guys, that's what today's video is going to be about. I'm really happy with the tires, happy with how they're wearing. They're wearing really even. I do like them more than the KO2s. I do find they're wearing better. The KO2s were great, but they did wear down through the center a bit. And no, the tire pressure was not too high. Here's our tools for today. Not really. We got a back seat full of tools. Oh, by the way, this backflip MX4 bed cover is by far the best bed cover I've ever had in my life. I'll make a review on that coming up soon too. Just so you know, I'm doing some stuff today. We do actually have some tools in here. But anyway, so here they are. They are 35, 12.5, 20. They have 20,000 miles on them. They need to be rotated. The back tires are worn more than the front. I actually had this truck in for an oil change last week, and they were supposed to rotate the tires at the same time. And I don't know what happened from the front desk guy to the mechanic, but he did not change them. I would do them myself, but it's a lot more work for me. I don't have a shop. Had to jack up, you know, take jack stands and shit and do that. I really don't want to do that. They were, you know, I was going in for an oil change anyway because I've been busy. I haven't had a chance to do an oil change myself, so I just said, all right, I'll take it in, get an oil change done, get the tires done at the same time, kill two birds with one stone, and this is how I got the truck back. So the back tires need to be rotated. So the front tires, they were on the back for a majority of the time. These have a ton of life left in them. I think I'm gonna use these. They're gonna run these for the winter, depending on what takes place here in the next little bit with some stuff going on. Stay tuned for that. But I'm very happy with these tires. Like I said, I took off the KO2s, same size, put these on. I do definitely think these tires are a bit shorter in height than what the KO2s were. The KO2s looked bigger on the truck, so I did like that aspect of it, but I love the tread pattern on these. They're super quiet. These were good in the snow. All winter, they were great plowing snow and stuff. They're a very good tire. Towing wise, I find they're better for towing. I just find their on-road performance is better. Like, I've used the term in the past, I find these tires feel more athletic. It's more maneuverable, handle better. I really, really do compared to the KO2. I think they are a fantastic tire. But here's a look from, you know, from the front. Tons of tread left, and it looks nice, really nice, really nice. I've actually, there's another guy around here who has a platinum, a black 2017 F250 Platinum, and he ran the stock Michelins for quite a while, and then I seen he had these on his truck the other day. I don't know if he had the Extremes, but definitely the AT2s. So I did mention in the past that these are 3-peak rated. The AT2 Extremes actually are not. The AT2s are. So the little bit of difference is the AT2 Extreme has a bit of a different, like a deeper lug. And someone told me, don't quote me on this, do your own research, that they're made of a different compound, that these are a bit harder, and that's why you get more wear of them. But anyway, you know, that's the tires, guys. That is the tires. They've been great. I have nothing bad to say about these at all. They definitely, like I said, need to be rotated. These got to go on the back. I can easily get another 20,000 miles out of these tires for sure. Probably gonna be getting close to the same as the KO2. I really think they're gonna be close. Probably between 40 and 50,000 miles is what I'm thinking these tires are gonna be good for, and that's basically what the KO2's got. So wear-wise, pretty much the same. We'll have to wait and see. Once I flip these around and get these on the back, things will be good. But anyway, we'll go for a little drive just so you can see the on-road. They're a pretty quiet tire. They are quieter than the KO2. When I first put these on, I found that these were a bit loud, but I mean, it's a really deep lug. But now that they're worn down a bit, I find these are quieter than the KO2s were once the KO2 started getting worn down. And like I said, you can tell how even they're wearing because these are the back ones that are worn out a bit, and you can still see the sipes in there and the sipes on the outside tread. And you can feel that this is where, you know, sort of the tire runs from here to here. They're worn really even on the inside and the outside and through the center. A lot of times what happens with these wider, bigger tires on a factory wheel, especially if you run what they ask you to do on the door for tire pressure, you're gonna wear the center out quite a bit because the tire's quite a bit wider than what the stock wheel is designed for, and that pushes the tread up. But they're wearing really even. I'm really impressed with how even they're wearing. But enough of that. All right, let's jump in the truck. I'm gonna load some more stuff up. We got a bit of a drive today, but let's load the truck up and get going. All right, so before we can load up, we got to get this big old girl out of the way. This just came back from New Brunswick, and typically I would be going up to relieve him, but we're getting a little bit too close to potential baby time, so I've been told I'm not allowed to go on the road anymore. Get this little girl moved, and I actually just rotated these tires around, took them off the wheel, flipped them around because the outside tread starting to wear quite a bit compared to the inside tread was on both sides. That side's worse, but this side was starting to too. You can just see like the slit, the sipe in there, and the outside you still can. Now help me out here guys if you know what's going on here. I've had this truck aligned, so it's not the alignment. The truck is aligned perfectly. The only thing I can think of, because this is the first vehicle I've owned that had the wider axle in the front, the only thing I can think of is that this is wider than what the ruts are on the highway. Because you know, over time the highways get ruts from vehicles traveling, and this vehicle, this truck, the front end would be a bit wider than what those ruts are because it's wider than the most vehicles on the road, and this is hitting the high side of the outside of the rut. That's my thought. So tell me what you think. If you have these trucks and you see the same thing, or you know a way to correct that, then let me know. But that's what I see. So I basically just think, hey, you know, every 25, 30,000 miles I have to swap these around. But let's jump in this little girl. Yeah, she's locked up. Move this thing out of the way. Oh, he loves his air fresheners. Man, is it ever. She smells pretty strong in here. So what do we got? We got 46,000 kilometers on this thing. So what's that? Like, what is that? 20,000 miles or something? 46,000 kilometers on this old girl so far. And she's working great. All right, let's load up. Hey guys, I think we're finally ready. We're on the road. We're heading to our job site. Go Leafs go, baby. Is this the year? How long have we been saying that for? Mitchy Marner, sign the contract, buddy. Just sign the damn contract. Join the group. Let's go. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to the matter at hand here. 20,000 miles on these tires. Right now I'm doing about 55 miles per hour. Quiet. You can actually hear the diesel a little bit, which is very hard to hear in these modern day diesels. So that tells you how quiet the tires are. like I mentioned earlier, the word that I sort of give these tires is athletic, maneuverable, I guess. I find these tires on-road performance is awesome, like much better than the KO2s. The truck feels lighter, the truck feels more maneuverable, it handles better. They're quieter, you know, once you get some wear on them. These are wearing better than what the KO2s did. The KO2 started to wear a bit through the center. These tires have not. As the KO2s got worn down, they did start to get a bit loud. They did. These so far are not. These are not loud whatsoever. They're pretty close to the stock tire. Like, I mean, I haven't run a stock tire forever, but they're pretty close to the stock tire, I find, as far as noise-wise goes, and maneuverability and all that stuff. The on-road performance is great. My KO2s, I punctured a tire when I was coming down a hill that had a lot of ice on it, a gravel hill. The truck started to slide a little bit, and then it grabbed on some gravel that was exposed, and I punctured a tire. I also punctured a tire in this. I was in around town in Bears Lake. If you're from the area, you know where I'm talking about, and picked up a bolt or a nail or something along the road. So it doesn't matter what you have for a tire. If you run into that, if you pick that up, you're gonna puncture it. So I did have to get a plug in that, and the tire's been fine. So I have punctured both, but I really don't think, now, I mean, it's impossible to say, I really don't think that I would have punctured these tires in the same way that I punctured the KO2s. I really don't. So we're gonna get on the highway. I'm gonna set my cruise, and I'll bring up the digital speedometer, and I'll show you what my app says, because these tires really don't affect the gauges at all, which was a good indication right off the get-go that these were not quite as high as the KO2s, because the KO2s threw my speedometer off by like 1.5 to 2 kilometers an hour, and these tires don't. Alright, so we are up to speed. We are doing about 73 miles per hour, and again, quiet. It is a bit windy out, so you can hear some wind sort of coming through here a little bit, but the tires itself, extremely quiet. I'm really impressed with how quiet these tires are. And I know a lot of guys, when I was watching videos on these tires, they said the same thing. This guy, I love when you pass them, then they decide, okay, yeah, it's time to speed up. Anyway, so I'm gonna bring up my digital speedometer, if I can remember how to do that. I can't. Where is it? There it is. Okay, right now it's in miles per hour. 72 miles per hour. So, okay. 116 kilometers an hour. Okay, so it says 116 kilometers per hour on my dash. You'll have to take my word for it. And here's what my GPS speedometer app says. So 35, 12.5, 20s. Open country AT2 extremes do not affect anything as far as your truck goes. Doesn't affect the computer at all. Doesn't affect your speed. Won't affect what the truck says for your fuel mileage. You know, the lie meter on your truck. It doesn't affect that. So I mean, yeah, that is nice, but it tells me that they're not a true 35. I'll make a separate video on, can you fit 35-inch tires on a stock Super Duty? Yes, you can. These are 35s. I have 35, 12.5, 18s on my 350. So yes, you can. But as a whole, guys, that's it. I would definitely recommend these tires. If I was gonna pick these tires over the KO2s, I would pick these. I'd pick these probably 10 times out of 10 over the KO2s. I love these tires. I know they're great tires. Would I buy another set? Yes, absolutely. Will I? Probably not, because the whole purpose of doing this channel was to try different things out for you guys. So I definitely want to try some different tires out. I'd like to try the Wild Peak. What are they called? Like the all-terrain ones. I'd like to try those. I'd like to try the General Grabber ATs. I have the AT3s or whatever they're called. Yeah, I think they're AT3s. I got videos on them. I can't remember now, man. My mind's scrambling. Not enough of this. What else is out there? Let me know. Let me know what you guys would like me to try for a tire, and if the price is right, I will. The price will probably be right because these are pretty expensive. These are a pretty expensive tire, but they're great. So help me out. Let me know what you guys want me to try next time. I would be willing to do it for sure. That's the whole purpose of this. So let me know. But anyway, for now, that's it, guys. Stay tuned for lots more videos for sure. You're thinking about these tires? Go for it. You won't be disappointed. Take my word for it. And if I'm wrong, then hit me up in the comment section and make me feel bad. Anyway, guys, that's it. Take care. Stay tuned. See you next time. Bye.